Hello everyone, welcome to Cause According to CD. Wait a minute. Okay, before we wait a minute, let's go to Jose Mampuru Maximum Prison in Pretoria, Tshwane. And this is where there were raidings last night, apparently early hours of the morning. The correctional services were looking for contrabands. Now, this is the part where I'm saying, wait a minute. I don't get it. I do not get it. You listen, guys, I think you already know what I want to say here because this is a charade. You are doing a raid on things that some of your colleagues are the ones that are smuggling it in for these prisoners. And then you want to hold the prisoners accountable, but not the source of these things being inside of the prison anyway. I don't care what the excuse is, because I've heard the excuse from the commissioner of correctional services talking about how when these prisoners go to court, they come back with contrabands. And they only have 16 devices to search their persons. You cannot tell me for the life of me that an entire human being can shove up what you would call a Wi-Fi router up themselves. A Wi-Fi router. Huh? Huh? And on top of that, shouldn't prisoners, when they attend court, they are not supposed to be touched, spoken to, or even given anything by their loved ones? Because they're supposed to be in the dock, up the stairs, in the dock, hear their matter, back down the hole, into these vehicles, and back to prison. But now, why are you giving them the opportunity to have conversation with their loved ones? Because clearly, if that's the excuse, the loved ones have been told, I want you to bring for me Iokapi, I want you to bring for me a Wi-Fi router, I want you to bring for me a cell phone, I want you to bring for me Umuti from Ugoko, whatever. I want you also make sure that you bring for me them devil's lettuce. And then they bring it. And how at the end of the day they get it? Who is the person that gave it to them? And if this is what we are hearing, that, oh, they get these things from court, then you need to go and arrest their family members that had a conversation with them in court. Otherwise, we're going to keep having these raids and we're going to keep having these contrabands being found in prisons. Am I the only one who's thinking about this? Because this doesn't make sense. But the biggest perpetrators of this has to be the wardens that work in those prisons. You first, if you want to really curb this, because right now he says, yeah, we are cleaning up. No, clean up your house. The people that are working in there, they are the ones that are doing this. They are the ones that are bringing these things. Don't pretend to us. We are no longer interested in officials that are lying blatantly to our faces when the problem is them.
We are here to clean and to make sure that the rules as they've been laid down. You know, when you get into a correctional facility, when you are admitted, whether you are a remand detainee or you are sentenced, we lay down the rules for you.
The problem is the officials. It's not the prisoner. The prisoner comes to an official and say, hey, I have so many millions of rands out there. I will give you 100,000 rand to bring me this. You're supposed to report them. Because you are a man of integrity. You respect that uniform you are wearing. And now you are going to collect a source that this prisoner will still be, they will still be terrorizing society that they've been removed out of. So what's the point? What's the point? Because when a prisoner, especially a dangerous prisoner that is held at Jose Mampuru maximum, may I remind you, yeah, it might have a B section or whatever that means, but it's still Jose Mampuru prison. And you are giving them Wi-Fi. To do what with it? You are giving them cell phones. To do what with it? No, the criminals are in Jose Mampuru prison. I'm not talking about the ones that are convicted or awaiting trial. I'm talking about those that are wearing the brown uniform. Those are the criminals you need to get rid of. And that way, we are not going to keep seeing these raids and all these contrabands found in there. Because you are acting. It's acting. Now when you call for the commissioner to be fired, they're like, oh no, the commissioner needs to be fired. He's not doing his job. He's sleeping on the job while his people that he is responsible for are bringing in contrabands into prisons. What is your job? And let's talk about the minister. Hey, minister, I thought when you were chosen for this, you were going to use some apartheid, type of situation things there to make sure that prisoners or prisons are kept clean from contrabands. That's what I thought. I know I'm stereotyping you, but hey, at the end of the day, my reality probably is not your reality. That's what I thought. But in the problem, guys, we must not allow ourselves to be made fools of by the officials. The Commissioner of Correctional Services you don't allow him to make you a fool. You must ask critical questions. How did they get there? Don't give us excuses about having dictator, whatever you call them, devices or whatever it is that he says they don't have. How did the prisoner come back from court? Whether the prisoner is awaiting trial or not aware, how did they get that? And when they got into a facility like Jose Mampuru, why haven't you, since you've realized that, listen, we are out of resources, we don't have these resources and that resources, what have you done to get them lawmakers so that the lawmakers are also held accountable for not installing these important devices? You're not saying anything because your guys are making excuses because some of your men are making money out of prisoners. This is what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's call a thing for once in South Africa. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. Yeah, great. You found all of those things, but they did not grow legs and walk into Jose Mampuru prison. They didn't. You did that raid because you guys want us to forget about everything that what Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has said. You are trying to distracting us with things that is making us ask more questions, which is kind of like also proving Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's point that the correctional services itself is compromised. And then you think you're going to distract us by telling us this nonsense. How did they get there? Don't give excuses. Your men and women that are wearing brown uniform are responsible for that. When are we going to see heads rolling? When are we going to see them being arrested, prosecuted, and convicted? When are we going to see that? That's what we want to see. Not you coming and blatantly making fools of us. We are done with that in South Africa, honestly speaking. I don't know what you think, fellow South Africans. Please put it in the comment section. Let's have a discussion about this. Do you feel distracted? Do you feel like, wait a minute, this guy has a point, yay, let's celebrate him? No, I'm sorry. You can, but I won't. Anyways, please don't leave the video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.